Hi everyone, welcome to episode 24 of this series where I'm trying to talk every single day to the camera without any kind of cuts, script, topic, anything. Just me and my thoughts, speaking them directly to the iPhone camera. So here I am. I just woke up a couple hours ago, went to the doctor because apparently I have an allergy to my cat. I have been living with him for like 7 years, and this last year I have moved out and my body is not used anymore to cats. Apparently I have an allergy and I have to take some pills to calm down that because I couldn't even think with that much congestion on my nose. So started the day really motivated. Right here reading this book from Rick Rubin, and it's in Spanish unfortunately. So yesterday night I found this notebook. I had another one which is drawings. So I was really an artistic person from really young age. Like this was like 2017 or something like that, and I was making just drawings. I was just sitting in class and just drawing. I was not interested in learning mathematics or story or like any other kind of assignment. I was just always like to create. So I also find this one, which is a journal that I started running in 2021. This is March 2021. I just decided to write my days and just write my thoughts on what was I going through. And I've read all of this, and it was 2021. I had nothing clear, I had nothing going in my life. I was just stuck in this same room that I'm right now with the same views, just in front of a computer, doing stuff. Back then I was doing music. That's why I have this microphone, that's why I have these speakers, that's why I have this sound interface. I was doing music back then. I started with photography when I was younger, then I moved into music. As you can see, I have a guitar. I know how to play the guitar and all, but I realized that music was kind of not the way in the middle of that journey of 2021, trying to like record different artists that came to my house, record myself. Sorry for the cut, there was an interruption. That is the issue of living with other people. It's a handicap that I've always had in this house. Like I was living with other people that were bothering me and distracting me from the stuff that I was making. And at that point, I was really into self-development. Like I understood that if I want to achieve something, I need to live that certain lifestyle, like waking up early, training, going to the gym, journaling, reading, all this stuff. It may seem that it's not bringing you any kind of money, any kind of wealth, any kind of like development, any kind of achievements, but you're entering that state of mind, that action mode, that movement into a good direction. Because at that point I understood that if I want to be living the lives of people that made it, that had that success that I wanted, I needed to live the same habits and same routines that they had. So that's why I couldn't allow myself to be out there partying, to just go to the clubs, to like clubbing, partying, drinking alcohol, smoking, all that stuff. I started implementing good habits into my life, even though I had nothing going on. I literally had nothing going on. I had no work, I had no clients, I had no goal, I had no purpose. So I started this journal just like that, just like writing the stuff that I was doing, writing my thoughts, writing my goals, even though they were stupid. And now I realize that. But still, I'm super proud of myself. I'm super, like, I'm super grateful that I started doing that I realized how life was supposed to be for me from back then. Like, over here I have some goals, which were move out before 19th birthday and survive by my own. It was 2021. I had nothing. I repeat, I had nothing. I was just in this same room, 10 square meters, with just my computer, my camera, and that's it. And I did it in 2021. In 2021, I moved out to my parents' house. I went to Madrid and I started living there by myself and surviving by myself, which was a crazy experience, which was the first big step that I made in my life. Then I started like, I lost this, obviously. I've stopped journaling, and I was like just doing some sketches about how I wanted my logo, about like I moved deep into filmmaking. So I went back in 2023, I wrote all this, and I started understanding a little bit more 2023 goals. I lost that entrepreneurship because previously I wanted to make a studio, to make YouTube about music and music production and all of that. And I did a website. I started entrepreneurship in the early beginning, but here I lost it. In 2023, I just started freelancing. I started seeing money. I started seeing clients, and I completely lost that desire of creating something on my own. I started creating for others, which was the trap that I got trapped into that. I'm gonna check if I'm recording. Fuck. I think it was not recording, but anyway, in 2023 I fell into that trap of working for others, not for me, not creating nothing for myself, just promoting my name and other people's name. So even though I lived a lot of experiences, a lot of knowledge went through me, I've done crazy shit, and everything that I know right now nowadays is because I've been there. I've gone through that, and I've experienced a lot of shit. So I'm not regretting at all going through that stage of life of working for others and creating stuff for others. Like, it was completely necessary, and everything happens for a reason. It's God's plan, trust me. Check what I wrote. It's all God's plan. Don't get frustrated if there's dark times or stuff is not going like you want. So I'm back. November 5, 2025, I have wrote what's going through my mind right now, and I feel myself a lot more mature, a lot more grown up, understanding a lot more how everything works, how everything is set up. And even though it's not true, because I'm just starting, I don't know shit about anything, and probably in 5 years I'm gonna be seeing this video and thinking how stupid I was, and probably my life will be completely different. I will be doing a completely different thing, but I hope that it will be in a better direction. Always looking back, you have to see progress, you have to see yourself better, even though it may be a different kind of craft or anything that you're doing. It has to be always better, at least 1%. Every single day you need to be 1% better. You need to be 1% more motivated, 1% more in shape, 1% more smart, because you've been reading, or you've been writing, or you've been creating, or you've been drawing, or anything. So don't focus now. If you're in that point where you are completely lost, you have absolutely nothing, don't focus on like making tons, lot of money, or like doing crazy shit, or doing crazy clients, or searching for that level 100 that people are showing on Instagram. Don't compare yourself to that. You are in point zero. You need to start from scratch. You need to first set up your life in that way. So in that way, you are ready when the opportunities come. You are physically and mentally ready to take them in. Because maybe you're frustrated because you're not landing those big clients, those big budgets, but maybe you are not ready for them. Maybe it's not the best moment for you to take those opportunities in. Like, if I were 18 years old in 2021, and that big client that I did last year, that huge production, that $1 million production for music videos for that big artist came to me, I wouldn't be ready for that. Like, you need to experience a lot of steps before getting to that point of working for your dream project. So please don't get frustrated. You can I think Steve Jobs said this, you can only connect the point backwards. You can only understand how the plan was supposed to look looking backwards. Because I understand that it's kind of overwhelming at the beginning. At the very beginning, it's super overwhelming not understanding what you have to do. But once you achieve this point where you understand exactly what you need to do to level up and to progress in your life, all the doubts disappear. Well, not actually, because right now I know exactly what I have to do, but I still have doubts. But they are not doubts of not knowing what I have to do. I know exactly what I need to do. Just now there are doubts of questioning myself if this is worth it, or is this like the right path, or should I just keep going with freelancing, or should I just quit and just get a normal job? These are the questionings and doubts that I have right now. And don't be scared if you have them too. This path is not easy. These are tests that you have in between stages to prove that you're actually worth it, to prove that you are meant to achieve those great things that you planned for yourself. So right now my dilemma is the email list, which almost are 500 people, and when it gets to 500, I need to stop paying. So that's my dilemma right now, because I'm not monetizing this yet. So it's kind of useless to be paying like 20, 30 euros a month just to get some emails of random people that I'm not taking advantage of. They are just people that are not even reading my email. So I'm constantly searching for improvements, constantly searching for weak points, and I'm trying to adapt and overcome those odds. And also very helpful to have a whiteboard to plan everything you need to do to like develop, or your steps that you have to go through to achieve something. Like, you need organization. At that first 0 point, at that beginning, you don't need that much planning. I would rather just make any kind of movement into any direction, like going for a run, going to the gym, like reading, writing, making any kind of picture, any kind of video, making absolutely anything would be the best thing that you can do. The worst thing that you can do is not doing nothing, just staying at that point, not acting. Like, action wins perfection. Like, you shouldn't think and you shouldn't wait for the perfect moment. You should just start moving in any kind of direction. Trust me that it will not be the better one. You will change your path 100 times. You will change your craft and your destination 100 times. But trust me that without that first step, you won't get anywhere. So yeah, that's it. That was episode 23 or 24. I lost count. And I'm planning to do this for 7 days more, or 6 days. So this is coming to an end, and I'll see what I'll do next. But I'm really enjoying talking to the camera, even though I failed a couple of times. Don't get frustrated when you fail. Just keep going. There is no point where you achieve all your goals and your dream lifestyle and that's it. You're going to have setbacks, and you're going to fall back into that trap of procrastination and overthinking. Like, life is not perfect. Life is just like this graph of emails. Like, you start getting up, you go down, you start getting up, you go down, you start getting up. It's a constant, you're moving constantly up and down. It's highs and lows all the time. Don't forget that. And don't forget to subscribe if you've seen these videos. If you got to this point, please leave me a comment or like or anything, because it's insane to be watching this kind of shitty content without any script and like any editing. It's crazy. And congratulations if you got to this point, and I'm seeing you tomorrow at the same time. Stay safe.